Hello, everyone. It is B with the B code, and I am back at you again with another live taping. So, first of all, as usual, I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and those who watch my videos. Please do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share, and place your comments in that little box below. Some of you may put your comments in, get a good response. Others may put their comments in and not get a and get a bad response. Anyway, response is a response. You open the door to be responded to when you come on my page and comment in the box. But hey, everybody has free will, so please say it loud, say it proud. Anyway, getting right into it. Four reasons a high value man marries black men who marry below their class. The reason I say four is because I just pulled out the main four. There are so many reasons why um, a high class man would marry below his class, right? So we're just gonna hop right into it. Number one, as I say, we all come from the bottom. I don't care if your wealth is generational. The first person that got wealth, they had nothing, right? So, moving right along, when 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 a black man has basically pulled himself up from the bootstraps, they still feel a certain level of not being good enough, right? They have their moments when, they think back to when they had nothing and they look at where they are today, they feel good. Sometimes they look around and they see that people are still doing better than them. They may not like the competition around them. And sometimes the competition around them is so great that it just makes them feel like pure D shit. And I'll be the first, mind your goddamn business. Stop worrying about what other people have and continue to focus on what it is you have, right? Now, when we move these feelings and thoughts into the Black man's personal environment, when he wants to feel good about himself because he can't handle competition out in the world, he has to have someone at home that he can degrade and make feel stupid because it makes him feel better about himself when he's feeling like shit, right? So what's the best way to accomplish that goal? The best way to accomplish that goal is to have someone in your immediate environment that can't push back, that can't fight back, that comes from a low place in life, who has not had the opportunity to work on themselves because they were scooped up at a they didn't recognize that they were able to do for themselves. Sometimes these low class women, they're brainwashed into thinking that it's okay to have nothing, be nothing, and have a man take care of them, right? They are sometimes brought up by their parents to not seek their own future, not accomplish goals and have dreams and aspirations their parents feel as if your duty here as a woman is to serve a man. However, when they put their daughters in those types of situations and mindsets, it makes them vulnerable to these high value men that want to come in and mistreat them, right? So, number one, Black men marry below their class because they want to have someone to degrade when they're feeling bad about themselves because it makes them feel good. Society is giving them a good ass whooping so then they can come home and give somebody lower than them a good ass whooping and it makes them feel better about themselves, right? Okay, so number two, moving right back to basically everybody comes from nothing, right? But as a high value man, since you've come to such a high class and such a high level, you rarely get to be yourself in society, if at all. So when you're out and about, these Black men, they have their suits on, they have their representatives on, and they're acting like these perfect individuals in society. Society is praising them, and they're doing business with all different types of people, and they're really trying to keep up this persona. Well, if it's not their true selves, that would be very, very difficult to do. Stressful. It causes anger. It causes them to have to hide themselves consistently when they're in public and just be the fake ass person that they are. So if you have a if you have a high value woman or a woman in your home that you've married and she's come from something and she feels good about herself and she knows who she is and she doesn't really need her husband, she just needs his security and his love, she's going to be hard to um, basically be around when you want to be yourself. So when they want to let their hair down, they want to be in an environment where someone is lower than them to say, well, you're lower than me. So if you see me and I'm not looking my best, or I'm not at my best, or I'm talking at home the way I talk in public, maybe my conversation gets a little raunchy, or maybe, he has, skid marks in his drawers and shit like that. He wants to be able to say, oh, well, bitch, these are my flaws, but at least I'm on a better level than you, right? So we come back to he has somebody at home to degrade. Now, however, that can go in another fashion. He has someone at home who's low class and who maybe doesn't take care of herself the way he takes care of himself. So he's able to come down to the level that he really is in the mind and comfortable, right? He can take his shoes off and his feet stink, and the low class woman that he has sitting next to him won't mind. It'll probably even make her feel good that she gets to see him in rare form. So when these high value men want to let their hair down and be themselves at home, they don't want to have a mate or a woman at home who will be judging them like, oh my God, you're just this perfect image in public, but then when you get home, oh my God, you look like a tramp, or you act like a tramp, or you sound like a tramp, or, oh my God, you're not really as big as you make yourself appear in public. So it's just a way to have somebody at home to where they can be themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we all want to be ourselves. However, if you be yourself wherever you are, you won't need to have that type of a spouse at home. You won't be looking for that type of a woman, right? So moving right along, number 3, control, right? When you marry a woman that's not on your class level, not on your educational level, not on your financial level, you basically pick them up from the gutter. You know, they have no money, they have no way of supporting themselves. You're able to control everything about them. You see, a high value man, whatever the hell that is, he's high value in public, right? Sometimes he can control his environment out there, and sometimes he can't. Now, when he can't, this is where anxiety sets in. So that's why a lot of these high value men, they really have psychological issues because they're so controlling. They want to control everything. They feel like, since I'm on this level, and since I'm in this position, and since I dress like this, and since I drive this, and since I have this business and that business, and since I have this account, I should be able to control whoever and whomever I please. But since it doesn't work like that, because you have other people in society who sometimes just really do not give a fuck who you are or what you have, they will not allow you to control them. So the only place he will have full domination and control is at home with his low class woman, right? His non educated woman, his broke woman who only has money because of him, or who only have some type of status because of him. So when he can't control people in society, he wants to be able to come home, at least I can control it here. And it makes him feel so much better. It makes him feel like the man he wants to be, and she treats him like the man he wants to be treated, because people out in society, they're just like, dude, what the hell, right? So they just want to have someone that they can control, run around, and, not feel guilty doing. And then, of course, not have somebody talk back to them, not have somebody be in a position where they can stand up for themselves. And he just wants to control the whole environment. So that was number 3. So the number 4 reason why a high value man marries below his class is manipulation. We all know when a person, sometimes, now I'm not saying this is 100%, but sometimes when a person has no education, no finances, basically not having any real functioning brain cells, because that's how her parents raised her, or because they've been taken away, or she's never had a chance to use them so that they grow. She Now, what goes along with that sometimes? Sometimes what goes along with that is her mom may have had a she might have been married, her husband may have passed, right? Her mom is of low value. Her mom doesn't have anything. Sometimes the only assets that a woman has is her daughters, right? So if the mother is last and she came from a situation to where she was married, and she no education, and she was manipulated by her husband, and she knew she had to her needs 24/7, in that situation, that is the way she's going to raise her daughters. So sometimes when you're coming from a culture to where women's education isn't respected, and actually they are forbidden from getting one, because they're supposed to be here in society in servitude to a man, This is what makes them easily manipulated, right? And this is what makes her vulnerable. Actually, if there's no man in the family, there's no head of the household, there's no male head of the household, um, they're vulnerable to these high value men. So basically what I'm saying is that sometimes you'll find women in situations and their only assets are their daughters, and through their daughters they are able to get financial gain from the daughters, right? So that's what makes her um, e- easily manipulated. And especially if you have a man that's using his money to get a young girl or to be submitted to, he will basically buy the mom and the daughter. It's like basically buying the family. So you allow me to marry your daughter, treat her like shit, beat her, manipulate her, you know what I'm saying, terrorize her, and I'll make sure your entire family is taken care of. Not the entire family, but your immediate family. Maybe she got another daughter, or she got some sons or whatever, and they're struggling financially. This type of man, he'll bribe the mom. Basically, that's what it is. And so since she's so broke and low on the totem pole and doesn't have anything, she's willing to give her daughter up to a monster, basically, so that she can financially survive, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. These men, what it basically boils down to is that they're psychopaths and disgusting individuals. They want to project who they really are onto this low value woman that they've married and brought into their home because it makes them feel like something when they're really nothing in the mind, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to come on here and give my four reasons, the four main reasons why these high value men would marry someone below their class. Anyway, hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and don't hesitate to share. And I will see you guys in my next video or slash live or whatever y'all want to call it. So anyway, wonderful day.